or with the crowd, you got to get some reps in. And I think that these past few months, because I think Collision's been on for at least a month and a half now. We're at this point, about like six in, I think, or so. But his condition, he's getting there. He's definitely worked himself to where he looks fluid. Like I said, I still haven't seen him versus Ricky Starks. But the last couple weeks, he's been looking really, really good. In my mind, I just think of where he would be right now if he didn't take that long hiatus. Because we got to remember, like when he left WWE, he left kind of in his prime, so to speak. So he left like a good 5 years, and what you said he's like 45 right now. So he like came back when he was like in his like at 40. So it's still amazing that he's still able to do what he does at this age. Because they say in between your 38 and 44 is like the prime years, I guess, so to speak. So
Yeah, absolutely. Those are prime years for any competitor within the squared circle, and that's where Punk is at right there. And that's why I'm saying this is his last, really good run. Look, Punk is talented, not just in the ring, but outside of it. This man literally could have had a legendary career on commentary if he wanted to. He's just that good in the ring and on the mic. And as far as Collision goes, man, this is his show. And I'm glad. At first, I'll be honest, Lakers, I didn't like the fact that they didn't just throw Punk right back into the scene. But looking back on it, I'm glad that they did this. Collision last week drew about 411,000.
not bad.
But that was really, it wasn't bad considering that you had SummerSlam on, and then you had all those other fights on as well, man. So a lot of people are looking at it as like, hey, it's decreasing. Nah, man, like that's a very good number considering the amount of shows that were also on as well. So I gotta give Collision credit. I expect them to do much better this Saturday, and they will. It's just impossible for them not to because everybody's so bought in on this one storyline, and WWE doesn't have anything else going on. But you mentioned Wembley, Lakers, man. I'm excited for Adam Cole and MJF. Just this story that they done here. At first, I'm like, man, here we go with this. Can they coexist? I thought it was going to be another one of those Lakers, but we got ourselves a very, very good match on the way with a extremely good storyline between Adam Cole and MJF. Their chemistry, like,
Off the chain.
wow, just wow. I'm blown. My mind is blown, man.
No, they honestly, because in my opinion, I think MJF is great at whatever he does, but I didn't expect them to be able to connect and have that chemistry. They're gold. They have been literally gold, and I was worried that they were gonna do a quick turn on somebody, but literally, it's if it's not broke, don't fix it. And they've literally been on fire. I was one of the people hoping that they would, get a title or win the title because when you put them together, it's just gold. The vignette's been good. The T-shirts, the joint entrance when they come out, they've turned Max into a face. MJF is a fucking face, and he's killing it.
Yeah, he's a face and he's killing it because he can just talk that well and he can really sell emotions. And we got to mention the tribal chief when dudes like there are some superstars that are very good at selling the moment, and MJF, especially at his young age, like he's very good at doing that as well. That boy is a talent.
And
In that segment they had last week or the week before, no, it was last week. Like you didn't know which way it was going to go. Um, when MJF said that he wasn't going to give Adam Cole that match, like I thought he was being for real, and then he sweared on. He said, "Yeah, you got it," and then next thing you know, set up for Wembley.
and so that's and you got to think Cole has been trying to come up for damn near 2 decades. I don't want to
Oh
misquote.
man,
He's been on his way for him to not only be a main event, but potentially, and I'm not even going to say potentially, it will be when it's all said and done. I don't know how long it'll last, but it's going to be the biggest professional wrestling event in the history of professional wrestling. He is going to be the main event. That that's amazing.
Yeah, that's gonna be something else, especially with the way you categorize it. This is professional wrestling, and professional wrestling is back, and I'm glad we have different variations of it. We have professional wrestling, and then we have sports entertainment, and AEW is definitely bringing some of that back. I got to give them credit, man. I'm trying to see if we can change a few things up and send a couple links here. We had to start the show a little bit late because I wanted to see if we could get a couple people on stage. But we have 8 minutes until All Elite Wrestling Dynamite, man. A lot should be going on tonight. One thing that I'm looking at tonight, Lakers, is the Jericho Appreciation Society because we all know one of my guys, Don Callis, is trying to side with Chris Jericho, my boy Y2J. Hey, this gonna be something here, and I just like what they're doing already. But they go way back, Lakers, way back, and
Oh
it
yeah,
just shows how much these two really love each other, man. It's a good pairing, and it's gonna suck for the Jericho Appreciation Society, and they got great talent in the stable as well.
yeah. And then this is an opportunity to where members of the JSA can finally have their own identity outside the JSA. And they'll be able to show this. Like right now, I think Daniel Garcia, man, is a star. Like right now, people love him. The crowd goes crazy. So he'll be able to do his solo thing. The other members, they can figure out what they're trying to do, but maybe this is Chris Jericho's way of letting them, be able to venture out and to have uh, their own thing.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting with my boy Y2J and Don Callis, and as Lakers said, the Jericho Appreciation Society. We got Taylor here at the table. Taylor, it's Two Heads Live. What's up, man? Shout out to the people. We live. Yo, Taylor, I think you unmuted your mic, but I still can't hear you on this end. But yeah, as Taylor is doing that, yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting tonight. I tell you, um, whole lot of content coming here at the Two Heads One Table Podcast and Two Heads Live. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to our Friday night spaces, a SmackDown pre-show, and we'll be coming back at y'all again on Saturday when AEW Collision sets off. It's gonna be a good first run, and tonight should be something as well, man. Yeah, so okay, Taylor's gonna try to get back in. I'm gonna add him to this table.
All right, y'all can hear me.
Yeah, what's up, Taylor? Shout out to the people. We live.
All right, what's up, y'all? I don't know what's been going on with my phone, but it's been tweaking. But I'm here. I'm here. I'm a big fan of MJF. Y'all been bringing him up, but I don't really pay attention to every week of AEW. I can't lie, but from what I've seen from MJF, I think he's a generational talent. That's for sure.
100%, man. That dude, especially for his age, as I said earlier, he's got a long way to go in this industry. Yeah, we got to see what happens with that. Again, with this feud or potential feud with Adam Cole, we already know the match is set. The way they built this as them being best friends, like one's gonna stab the other in the back before they get this match, and it's just gonna be colossal. But it seems like this thing is just it's worked. I don't know how it worked. I cringed when I seen them two hug for the first time, whatever, and they just try to force that relationship. But it it's crazy. It really is crazy how this is going down for them. I'm trying to put my contour on, y'all forgive me. I run like 3 devices every time I go live, man. And that's one of the perks of being a host or a co-host. Like you gotta really lock in. But um yeah, I'm excited for Dynamite, y'all. It's gonna be something. Y'all give me
For sure.
1 second. But yeah, Taylor, what's your thoughts on Chris Jericho? Because he's in AEW and he's got his own stable. They paid homage to him last week as being the first ever AEW All Elite Wrestling World Champion, because I think he was the first person to come out or whatever. But were you able to kind of catch him when AEW first started and when he won the championship?
Yeah, see, I used to watch AEW. I did, and I know a lot about Jericho in there. I think he's amazing. I mean, it may not mean much, but I even love his music that he has. I think everything about him's great. Jericho's always going to be a legend wherever he goes. But Jericho, I think he can put anybody over there. Um, it's Chris Jericho at the end of the day.
Yeah, man, a legend, and I'm glad you said that because that's exactly what he is, man. I'm trying to go to 30. Hold on, whichever. 1 second. All right, there it is on TBS. You fired it up. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best to get through these 2 hours. If anything, I'll just leave the stream running and handle my business. But it'll go off at 10 o'clock when the show ends. But that's how we'll do it around here. Got 2 more minutes till Dynamite, fellas. You already know
So,
it. Huh?
if you don't mind me asking, I've been keeping up. I've seen some stuff on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. How do you feel about CM Punk and MJF both holding the titles right now?
Well, I think it's very good especially for AEW, but for this business too. You know, WWE, I mean, not WWE, but AEW has gone down this road before where they've had two interim titles or whatever. Because back when John Moxley or, Kenny Omega or CM Punk, when they've just had multiple or duplicate titles of the AEW world title, they're going back down that route again. But I just like the fact that Punk is basically vandalizing this title and he's creating his own thing because he's declaring that this is the title that he didn't lose, which technically didn't lose, man. It's just he's owning that as well as Collision, and this is his show, guys. And again, I can't wait to Collision. It's gonna be interesting. So yeah, I like it. I do. It just adds more depth to the storyline. As far as MJF goes, he's world champion, but a lot of people been complaining.
Think you muted yourself. Think you muted yourself, man.
Y'all still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I think he muted himself. But I'll comment on what you said. I think it's kind of cool having two titles. I feel like if they're really trying to make Collision look like a whole different show, then they need a world title in their show as well. So I think it was actually really smart to introduce that and hopefully keep on in.
Oh yeah. I mean, it just brings me back to every time I think about it. You know, when John Cena and CM Punk both held the title. That's the only thing it reminds me of.
I mean, I love that moment. I thought that's another great callback. And who else to do something like that than us?
Yeah. Um, I mean, I don't know how it's gonna go in AEW, but I really like MJF. I just don't feel like CM Punk is CM Punk anymore. He's just not the same to me. Not when I was watching WWE and him.
What do you mean by that? As far as
It
presentation?
it's like it's like just his, even with him in ring, uh, he's not the same competitor to me. I mean, you can tell he still gives it his all, but at the same time, you know, his body just ain't the same. Uh, I mean, he's still good on the mic. That'll never change. But you know,
All right, y'all.
just
I'm back. My bad.
uh,
There's some unrest here. That's why I wanted to come to the ring, not as Chris Jericho, the rock star, or Chris Jericho, the demo god. I came down here as your friend. Because I know we've had a lot of problems, and I know we've had... Hey, Chris! Oh. Would you please stop talking for 1 second and just listen to us? I thought I was ready to stand out here and have a civil conversation with you until I saw you for the first time since last week after I got hit in the head with a baseball bat and you took advantage of me and pinned me. And Chris, I just want to let you know, I sacrificed so much for watching the fabric of my human being for you. I turned my back on my friends. I turned my back on...
I think one thing with Daniel Garcia, he's still a little green with that selling because I know I tweeted it out. Him taking that metal baseball bat to the head last week and just completely no sold it. I was laughing at the TV with it. But he's a great talent. I ain't gonna lie.
man,
Yeah,
his dancing always gets me.
yeah, I was there last week. Angle, I couldn't really. I just saw the bat hit him. I didn't see his physical. I still haven't watched the show on TV last week, so I couldn't really see how he looked.
I'm not surprised.
Got it right now though.
I've known you longer than any of these guys. Chris, we've been all over the world together, stepping, not giving a damn where our feet land. That's why we work well together. It's true, you made me a lot of money.
It looks like we've got Edward coming up to the stage.
Hey, what's up?
Edward, what's up, man? Welcome aboard to Two Heads Live. Shout out to the people because we are live and we got
Yes,
a
sir.
face reveal. The next WWE superstar or AEW superstar, whichever way you may go, man. What's up, Edward?
Hey, what's up? How you doing? Let me acknowledge my undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns.
That's right. Better acknowledge your tribal chief here at the longest reigning podcast. Shout out to Edward, man, longtime supporter and one of the first to purchase a Two Heads One Table t-shirt, which you can get at the Legend Shop. All you got to do is click the link in our bio, go to @2heads_podcast on X and purchase a Two Heads t-shirt. You know you want to. It's $22.
Yep.
Whoever would have if you weren't with me, I'm very proud of that fact.
Yeah, so Edward, man, what's up? I mean, I don't think I've gotten a chance to speak to you since SummerSlam. Just what were your thoughts on the event? And I mean, hey, I know you're going to give your thoughts this Friday when we have our Twitter Spaces, but out of 10, what do you give the show?
In my opinion, 10 out of 10. Well, no, actually 9 out of 10 because of the Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey match. I felt like the show was really good, especially since it was in Detroit, which is my town. So I wanted to point something out. Did you guys see the Ford Field sign during the episode, or during the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Yeah, Roman's entrance, like the way Roman walked out, it fit Roman's entrance perfectly. The Ford Field sign with the same colors and everything. I was so hyped about that.
I believe it, man. Yes, sir. And I'm glad that you enjoyed the show, and glad that you think it was a 10 out of 10 because it was really good, man. Yeah, we've got
So,
Yeah.
all elite
I
wrestling
got,
dynamite coverage here, man. We've got a
so
dissension of the Jericho Appreciation Society. It's not looking good. Anna Jay just walked out. She's calling it quits, as well as Ty Conchi. Man, oh man. This ain't looking good, Lakers.
That's our man. He joined the Don. This is what's going to happen. I'm just trying to for all his leads. But we already know who's the main person that
But you've given me no choice. I got nothing left to give back.
oh, they cooking Jericho.
And that dude Angelo Parker could really cut a promo. He had some emotion on that one. That man Chris Jericho looking like a chief without a tribe right now, yo. Everybody leaving him. Wow.
How old is this guy? I mean,
I'm tuning into AEW right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're seeing the dissension of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Matt Menard's in the ring, and it looks like he's walking out, and it's going to leave Sammy Guevara in the ring, one of just Chris Jericho's trusted hairs. That's going to be something. Man.
guy always, he looks like Zach.
Lena, welcome, Lena. She says Jericho expects everyone to respect him after he turned their back on them, and that's not how it works. Respect is earned, not given. Yeah, that's facts. And the dude literally signed a deal with the devil by joining Don Callis, and the amount of people that Callis has screwed over is it's alarming for somebody like Chris Jericho to join him. But people forget, though, they've been friends for a very long time. They've been in this business for a very long time.
Is it on TNT?
It's on TBS, Edward.
TBS? Okay. Because I haven't watched AEW in a long time, so.
Yeah, it should be on TBS. For me, it's Channel 10.
like you have a lot of stuff to work out, man. And I hope you do. And if you do, maybe I'll be here. You're my friend. And I did all these things deep down.
And Sammy Guevara leaves. Jericho is all by himself. But hey, at least he's got Don Gallas.
Hey, what
Jericho
happened?
sitting there with
I
that
just
black
tuned in.
eye.
Now, did he officially
Hold on, I
join?
gotta change my audio settings because my output is coming out on my Mac, but it shouldn't be doing that. It should be coming through my headphones. Okay, cool. All right. I just wish Powerhouse Hobbs could be world champion in an alternate universe. My boy Weak Hobbs is my guy.
Lordy boys.
Hey man, with commercial break, I mean, look, like I said, Jericho was all by himself. Man, that was tough.
Chris Jericho just made his own list.
Man, yeah, he made his own list. Those were good times in WWE when Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens were tandem, and Kevin Owens was Universal Champion or United States Champion. Like, you just made the list.
It'll be interesting to see where Chris Jericho's gonna go with the Don. I still that's still a random. I know they have history, but it's still a unique pairing at this particular point in their careers.
Yeah, it's very unique because it's not like one really needs the other. Like you mentioned it, like in their careers, Lakers, like, bro, how old is Chris Jericho? Like 50, 55? Like, man, if he was younger, this would make sense. If anything, it should have happened 10, 15 years ago.
I mean, and right now Don only has one other wrestler. So what family are you trying to make? Like I don't.
Yeah. But that's another thing about AEW. They're very shifty with their stables, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because I see the point in trying to get as much talent on TV as you can. But yeah, they've been very shifty with this because the Jericho Appreciation Society was still relatively new, man. I mean, I just thought everybody was blending in, but you got to do what you got to do, man. You know, like you said, Daniel Garcia, I could definitely see him getting his way as a singles competitor, and we just got to see how it goes, man. Lena Dow says the Hardys BS Young Bucks should be great match. Oh, the Hardys versus Young Bucks should be a great match. I like them both, but I always been a Hardys fan. Yeah, me too. I mean, obviously, with the Hardys, I used to think growing up that the Hardys were twins, but they, of course, they're brothers, and you know. I just always had a good connection with the Hardys, especially when they came back at WrestleMania 33. It was just all right. Don Callis back.
If I played any role in this, then
So is AEW kind of like storytelling like WWE, or is it just fighting?
Can you repeat that again, Edward? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, so is AEW storytelling just like WWE, or is it just a fighting show?
Not even close storytelling wise, and definitely a lot more wrestling. You know, they always take jabs at WWE and they reference things about WWE to kind of keep things close, but they pretty much it's a different island over here at All Elite Wrestling, which is good. And Lakers said it at the beginning of the stream. You know, this is great competition, and you know, in my opinion, AEW, as Triple H says, is a secondary show, but they're doing what they're supposed to do. They started 4 years ago. Okay. not everything's gonna be in a a upward
Oh,
trend. I'll call it. You know. Oh, we got the Young Bucks here. The Young
damn!
Bucks are out.
Know that FTR challenged the Young Bucks at Wembley.
Yeah. Now, I gotta ask you this, Lakers, because the segment that the EVPs had plus Hangman last week regarding um what's going on Collision. Like I know Kenny said he could possibly like they could possibly go over there next week or at some point in the future. I thought that segment was a little bit odd, and it just seemed like they didn't even want to do that segment in the first place. Like it was just, hey, goodbye and good night. You know how he does, bang, call it a day. But they were very uncomfortable when they started talking about Collision, and I don't blame them. To be frank with you.
I mean, if you whoop my ass after I start talking shit to you, and then I gotta work with you again, and then come to your show, and I'm not picking up your phone calls, then yeah, I'm gonna feel a little cautious, man. I ain't trying to get beat up again. Let me stop.
Nah, you
I don't
good. You
know.
cooking, man. You're cooking.
They some grown ass men, and at the end of the day, you're there to make money. You're there and like I said, they just signed a long term deal again, so you're gonna have to deal with this guy. You're not firing him because I don't know how long Punk's contract is, but you just gotta just be adults, man. If you guys start this company, you want what's best for this company. The biggest thing for this company is CM Punk, FTR, the Young Bucks, and then Kenny Omega and Adam Page. That match was good.
Yeah, it was. I see Aya with the one up, man. Appreciate you, Aya. I also appreciate your support. Of course, she is a member of our Bloodline group chat and a new member of our Two Heads Backstage team, working with us on how production gets laid down over there. And she's doing an outstanding job. And most of all, we acknowledge her.
So I've been hearing a lot about the Young Bucks on X. So I'm excited to see what they're about.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're a top tag team in the world. There's no doubt about it. If you like excitement, they bring that to the matches, especially if you watch them for the first or second or third time. You really start to catch on. But I'll be honest, like the last couple of years, the Young Bucks have kind of been out of the loop. The feud with FTR for the AEW World Tag Team Championships was great. However, they've just they've taken a back seat. Some of the EVPs like Hangman Page have stepped up, then they kind of you had Bullet Club go because y'all remember the Young Bucks were in the Bullet Club like so many years ago. It's just they're in a loop right now. But a stage like the Wembley when they have their show out there, that's going to put them back in the spotlight. And I agree with Lakers. They should definitely have that match with FTR. There's no doubt about it. That's one team they really hate, and that's off camera. It's just, well, I'm not gonna say they hate. That's a strong word, but they do like they don't really have a good thing with them, and it's been that way for quite a few years now. So, all right, so we've got this match underway. Hardy Boys.
Ooh.
I love you some Hardys. I'm just glad to see Jeff doing okay. I mean, we all know the story with him last few years. Well, forget the last few years, even back going back to when he was in TNA. It was tough, but that man is a warrior. There's no doubt about it.
He's
I
still got
mean,
it. He's
and he
slower,
still
but
got it. Yeah,
he looks.
he's definitely slower. He's definitely slower. I agree, but he does got it though.
But from what I've been seeing, he looks healthy, man. He looks healthy, mentally looks sharp. I think this is gonna be like his last little run, so to speak. And I think he'll finish it out on his own terms.
Yep, I agree. And you know, mentoring somebody like Isaiah Cassidy, who I like a lot, that's great as well. And that's why I like the whole coaches factor in AEW because these guys really work with this younger talent because there's a whole lot of young talent. You have to if you don't really have a developmental program or a show like NXT, man. Like they're learning on the fly. And of course, I'm still gonna roast them every time they botch or something like that because it's funny. But in another sense, I understand that AEW at least has a good system with their coaches and trying to get them to work. So yeah, that was a nice little spot that they did. That was a little splash there.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. That's one thing I will give AEW is they have their vets put on a lot of these younger talents. Like
Yeah.
I'll use Ricky Starks. Having Ricky Starks win the Owen Cup was huge.
Yeah.
It was a huge moment for Ricky. And obviously the momentum that he has going forward, just little things like that. Because you could be like certain individuals where you're just gonna win, doesn't matter, fuck the new talent, they'll get their wins eventually. But they continue to put people over, man, which is what it's all about. At that age, at that career, you done been champ, won every belt that you needed to win. You still have that highlight name. Why not help put over the people you can?
Yeah, that was big for Ricky Starks. But one thing I'll say as I'm adding Edward back to the table, um, you know, I dig the roll up pin. I dig the leverage pin. You got to do what you need to do to win the match. But sometimes, Lakers, I feel like that can be a little oversaturated. And in this business and in this industry, we're starting to see a lot more wrestlers win by the roll up. And it's getting a little bit too much. But for Ricky Starks, when he pinned CM Punk, um, which everybody wanted him to lose, everybody in that building wanted Punk to lose that night. It didn't really quite matter. It's just the last two times that Ricky Starks had, you know, pinned somebody. They were by roll ups. And I don't know. You got to do that for a younger talent. It's a W, like I said, at the end of the day, but it's just the roll up and these leverage pins are getting a little bit oversaturated. And now I'm talking about for both WWE and AEW. I'm judging this whole business, man. It's just they got to lighten up on that, I think.
Nope. Yeah, no, I agree. I think it needs to be. I thought the use of the pin in that instance, because he doubled down and did it the very next week to show emphasis on him cheating to win. But I do agree that no, I'd rather have clean finishes. I'd rather have straight up you picked them because they couldn't get up, or you made them submit because they couldn't handle it. But yeah, no, if you overdo something, you oversaturate it. So I personally wasn't mad at the Ricky thing, but I definitely get what you mean as far as the other matches go.
Yeah, the surprise roll up is used way too much.
Yeah. Especially if it's triggered by outside interference. And one thing about the tribal chief, if he has outside interference, he's gonna spear that man in half, and he's winning like 1, 2, 3. Ain't no roll up here in the Isle of Relevancy. We definitely don't do that here at the Two Heads Podcast. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you've gotten a chance to, and we acknowledge you, and we appreciate you for acknowledging us. Now, as this match is going on, one person that's kind of come to mind as far as all elite wrestling goes, and somebody who's been in the trends as of late, is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Man, it sucks, and we all know she's not that great of a wrestler, but I just go back to the time when Britsburg was a thing, and she came to her hometown or whatever, and she was just so over, and she stayed over, and people really they embraced her as the woman who was going to take the women's division by storm. But Lakers, what do you think was the downfall of Baker, because this has gotten so ugly for her, and we ain't even got to talk about Thunder Rosa. But what do you think was the downfall for Britt Baker?
See, I'm one of those people. Like I said, I got into AEW a little late, so I don't know the full extent of everything with Thunder Rosa. I just think it comes down to one, she's not. Now, if you were the top wrestler and you could actually wrestle, you can get a lot more leeway when it comes to your
Yeah,
personality. You can
right.
you can be the shittiest. I mean, HBK was one of the shittiest human beings on the planet, but when he got in that ring, everybody wanted to work with him because he was the best. You can't be shitty and then just be an average wrestler. It
Yeah,
don't
I don't
work.
mean to cut you off, Lakers. We got a whisper in the wind from Jeff Hardy over the Young Bucks. That was clean, very clean by Jeff Hardy. All right, go ahead, Lakers.
No, I was just saying you gotta be you can't be shitty and then not a good wrestler. And I just feel like she comes off her matches aren't memorable to me, man. They're not. I think she's just one of those people that they're like they kind of shove you down or shove her in your face. I thought that feud with Adam Cole, Chris Jericho, I think it was Ruby Soho and the what are their names? Fucking the Outcast. I thought that feud didn't help her at all. I thought that feud was actually really lame, especially towards the end. So I just feel like none of that shit has helped her.
Yeah. Yeah, ever since really since she dropped the AEW women's title, she's just been on a downward trajectory, and I hope she gets back. Um, but there's a lot of women's talent, and especially a lot of women's talent. I wouldn't mind seeing her go to ROH and try to test a run there. Okay, and
Uh,
that was a nice
I'm not
swan time.
that.
What? You cut off, Lakers. I didn't hear you.
No, I was double twist of fate. Nah, I was saying Athena runs that, so they really she can't go over that way. She gonna get worked.
Yeah, Athena's gonna work her, but I'm saying like a little later on down the line when Athena has a much longer title reign, because I don't think she should drop it for a while. But yeah, it would be to kind of build Britt Baker's career. Ain't no way she's doing in AEW. There's too much women's talent now. You got Jamie Hayter, of course. If Thunder Rosa comes back, that'll be her too. And then Hikaru Shida, who just won the title. I mean, it's too deep to talk on AEW women's division right now, man. And we ain't even get into the Pages of the world, the Tony Storms of the world. So she's got to go somewhere else, hopefully. And if she doesn't, well, she's gonna stay in the women's mid card, and the Young Bucks pick up the W over the Hardys. And what you think about that, Lakers? Was that a good call? I mean, they needed
I
that
mean,
W, I thought.
we I mean we kind of figured that they were gonna. I'm watching online, so it's a little bit slower, so I haven't seen the ending yet. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, we knew the Young Bucks are gonna win. I mean, there and then they're gonna accept the challenge from FTR. So it just sucks that that comes at the Hardys' expenses. I really want to see them with one more title run.
Yeah, they gotta have that match with FTR, man. There's no doubt about it. Okay, I'm looking through, and it looks like Rhea Ripley and Buddy Matthews have become engaged,
Oh yeah,
and,
okay,
and good for them.
my dog Buddy
Dang,
got
so
tired.
oh man, I already knew where you was
Dirty
going with
Dom is
that.
punching the air.
We're said 30 times. Much there. Yeah, guys. Even though AEW Dynamite song, we don't, necessarily have to stay on Dynamite, because I know I got my boy Edward. We all know he acknowledges the Tribal Chief and is a WWE fan, and he's a diehard one, man, especially of this current product. So, Edward, I'm gonna flip the question to you as the Young Bucks are cutting the promo here. You know, Edward, what's your expectation for this Friday, man? It was confirmed that the Tribal Chief's going to be there, but do you think Jimmy Uso is going to ultimately side with him?
Okay, so first of all, when I heard Roman Reigns was gonna be on SmackDown, I didn't believe it at first because I was like, "What? His summer schedule just ended at SummerSlam." And second of all, I think WWE is gonna swerve us. I don't think he's gonna acknowledge. I don't think he's gonna acknowledge Roman. I think he's gonna try and but he is gonna try to prove to Roman why he should have been the right hand man and main event Jimmy Uso more than Jay.
Yeah. Yeah, man, we're gonna see what happens again. Y'all make sure y'all tune in this Friday. We're gonna have our two head spaces and FTR, the World Tag Team Champions of AEW, have come out to confront once again the Young Bucks. Man, the tension in that ring. You could just tell these two teams don't like each other. And we can't wait till they finally have a match here, especially on the biggest stage of professional wrestling, potentially.
So in WWE terms, what are these two tag teams?
Um,
The Usos.
yeah, I mean, I gotta say, like, we're watching like four Usos in the ring right now.
I say the Young Bucks are more like Usos, and then who's the traditional? Uh, FTR is complicated. Currently, that's a tough one. I couldn't compare FTR. There's no real
There's
FTR is
not a
so.
real lot of there's not a lot of real tag teams in WWE these days, man. Like the New Day have been broken up. Kofi's been hurt. Big E, we all know what happened to him, and hopefully he can someday make his way back to the ring if he can. Yeah, as far as tag teams go, I don't know, man. You probably have to dig up one of those NXT tag teams to probably compare. But yeah, Lakers. I'm having a hard time too trying to think of one, but I do agree though. The Young Bucks are like the Usos, and then trying to think of just a ground and pound tag team, nothing too flashy. Owens and Zayn are definitely flashy.
Oh, I would go with. I would say they're more close to that, but not even really. Because
Yeah, by
they
like
call it
as far as
when
character traits, yeah, I would definitely like that old school mentality. Yeah, I would say, you know.
yeah, let's do it. 'Cause one of their finishers is a fucking uh 3D backbreaker for a finisher, and then a sharpshooter for one.
Right.
Yeah.
They're showing Hikaru Shida. Congrats to her. She definitely, man, she's just that good. I'm glad she's got the belt again.
Well, I think they're about to just completely restart the women's division.
Yeah, oh for sure. Most definitely. Like they got to. Last 2 years it's dragged a lot. I thought there was gonna be potential with Tony Storms, but
Hey, personally, I feel like DMD should go to WWE. That's just me though.
I don't know if she's getting past the Charlotte Flairs, Bianca Belairs of the world, man. I just don't know if that's where she should go, man. She has to do a lot better in the ring, technically. And I'll even just say this: her promos ain't even that great to me either. She just she can talk. There's a difference between being able to talk and cutting a promo, as everybody here
Oh,
knows.
they're doing
But
a 4-way match for the title.
yeah,
Oh,
I think that's a tournament, not a 4-way match.
well, no,
a
it says the
tournament.
winner for a Fatal 4.
Oh, okay.
Well, obviously they're gonna have Soraya beat Sky Blue. Sky Blue. I feel like they've been trying to make Sky Blue like to that next level, but they keep on having her lose. Like I don't get it.
Yeah, look, man, that's my take on
Well,
Sky Blue, and everybody knows why they keep bringing her back on TV, and we ain't gotta say it. But I'm just, for me personally, you know, on the other hand, it's good to have this representation. It's good to have that exposure of the young talent. But lately, I mean, in my opinion, Lakers having her lose is the right thing, but
Really?
she needs wins as well. And it doesn't really need to come at the brightest stage. That's one thing I missed about having AEW Dark, because that's where a lot of young talent really could build their character and start getting some of them smaller wins, on them profile shows. But AEW's been setting her up by putting her in a lot of these tough matches, man. You know,
Yeah. I feel like when I watch it, I see the talent there. I think like she just still continues to be groomed just a little bit more. Um, because
exactly.
in the ring she's getting there. Like I see her cooking, I see her doing certain things. She's selling well. Her promos is okay, but obviously she's so young. That'll come. Um, wow, they're going trampolining.
Yeah, this is going somewhere, guys.
yeah, this is why
Uh,
WWE is the angel.
Jesus, they're going in all angles with this, man. But that turn gonna be nasty, bro. Like, I don't know who's gonna turn on who,
They
but
can't have MJF turn. That'd be too basic.
I agree. Like, they can't have Maxwell turn, but I just think that's what's gonna wind up happening, man. Like,
They're gonna swerve you guys.
MJF is him when it comes to just being a heel. I like Adam Cole as a heel, but I don't know. Are they gonna do the turn with Cole?
I think
It'll
they
be
do. I
interesting,
would pull it. I would switch it up. I'd pull it. I would totally pull it, man. I think
man.
MJF literally because I mean MJF is I wouldn't even like he does heel things, but I don't a heel is from somebody who like the audience everybody unanimous they cheer this man. Like I think Bully, from the Dudley Boys or whatever said it before previously. Like he's not really a heel. I mean, the audience is fucking cheering for him. With Dominic, audience is fucking they're booing him to boo him. They're not just booing him just to, just have fun.
Yeah, and
MJF is MJ.
especially. Oh, go ahead, Lakers.
I'm just saying MJF is MJ. He can do both, but I think right now you'd have him be a face. Have him be a face until something dramatic happens, or unless you got a good story. Because I feel like I said, I think all roads lead to him and Punk, and obviously you want Punk to be the heel in that matchup.
Right, and especially now with MJF, he, he mentioned the whole bullying thing, growing up and being Jewish as well, and having all that stuff catch up to him throughout his entire early childhood, and of course, as well as being an adult, that kind of softens that face turn for him as well. So I can see it. You know, to me, it just takes a very good rider to go ahead and make that tournament. I don't know, Lakers. I just don't know. I'll be shocked, but man, it will be so good if you have Adam Cole turn. But yeah, it's been a good episode so far, man. Almost through the first hour, well, first half, all elite wrestling dynamite. Some good
Is Dynamite
representation
3
again.
hours?
Nah,
No,
just
it's two. Yeah, it's
Okay.
just two, Edward, and if it was 3 hours, I'd probably not be doing this. It takes like you got to have an established company to be doing a 3 hour wrestling show. I'm sorry, man, unless you have that thing loaded and stacked. And there's a lot of talent on AEW that could fill out for 3 hours, but nah, that's not it. Well, AEW's getting there, man. They are, but people forget the company's, just
They're
barely
never
4 years old. What was that, Edward?
I, I don't think they're ever gonna get on WWE's level.
Probably not, but as far as the hardcore fans liking this product, that's always going to be there. But yeah, it's gonna, in order for AEW to shoot up as far as ratings wise and business and making generating profits, they're going to have to go back into their 2021 bag when they were signing Punk, Adam Cole, Brian Danielson, those marquee guys. And right now, they're not necessarily a huge attraction for that, but we're not really in the area where a lot of wrestling free agents are coming out right now. It's going to really happen after this WrestleMania when people start becoming free agents and their contracts start expiring. So we'll have to see, man. But we just need that new wave. But 2021, AEW was getting really close, really close. I mean, when Punk came back and you got to pop out of that, and then that one night when Adam Cole and Brian Danielson came out on Kenny Omega, like, man,
Yeah,
it
I
was like we
watched it. I
really do
watched.
have an alternative here. But it's crazy now. But AEW still in good hands, I believe. What you got, Edward?
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I watched CM Punk come back because my brother was visiting me, and he saw it on social media that he's gonna come back, and they were in Chicago, so I just decided to turn it on, and this was like what, like 1 or 2 weeks after John Cena came back as well, so I was hyped.
Yeah, man, and that's a good experience right there, man. Sure is. They're showing the Blackpool Combat Club match. I still feel those thumbtacks, and I wasn't even in the match. Lakers, like, Jesus
Hey,
Christ, man,
John Moxley is a wild, wild man.
It's like
dude's crazy.
it's like got stomped into the car.
Dude.
Now, you want to talk about a workhorse? I don't think this man John Moxley has not wrestled in like back-to-back days since like 2015. Like
Yeah,
he don't believe in vacations.
yeah. Especially when he's doing what he loves, and that's why I was excited when he came to AEW. And it doesn't matter what role he's in. To be honest, like when Mox first came to AEW, I wasn't even expecting them to put the title on him, but they did so relatively quick now, you know. But him being the face of the company, that's not what he needs to be. It's just not. He's somebody that just comes in there, whoops
Oh,
tail
is that
and leaves,
Cesaro?
man. Yeah, that's
And
Claudio
Is that
Castanelli,
Cesaro?
which is yeah,
yeah,
basically Cesaro. Yeah,
and what I do like about Mox is he has no. Mox is a definition of a wrestler to me because he'll go in there, he'll put in the work, but he also puts a lot of people over. A lot of
oh
these
yeah,
wrestlers don't have,
So
they think so much of themselves they don't put people over. But he they'll never lose matches, but he'll continuously have matches where he'll win and he'll have matches where he lose. He keeps it very well grounded.
oh yeah,
except for the
he's the
losing part,
definition. Go ahead, Edward.
okay, I was gonna say, except for the losing part that Lakers just said, I was gonna say that kind of sounds like Roman putting people over and winning.
Yeah, right.
Roman definitely put some people up there, and I feel like he'll definitely do a lot more once he enters his baby face phase.
But
Right now, it's
Yeah.
all about him and the family.
Okay. I'll tell you what, we can do this because I don't know if I'm still ahead of you, Lakers. If you want to kind of keep
uh,
us up on the stream, I'm gonna turn my volume down. But whenever something happens, I think they're gonna have this Jack Perry and RVD match. But if you can keep us informed, you ain't gotta do no play-by-play commentary or nothing like that. But I
I mean,
wanted to. You said what, Lakers?
no, I'm listening, brother.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say if you want to, it don't matter. I just I'm trying to do a couple of things here, like share the link around for a little bit, and I might step off because I ought to run to this refrigerator and grab me a drink or
love Rob
something.
Van
But
Dam.
but what was I thinking about earlier? But yeah, RVD's out here. Man, it's crazy seeing him at AEW.
Hey, RVD.
Crazy.
RVD is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Yeah,
And,
I can say the
and he's
same,
from
Edward.
Michigan too.
No, you can't deny what you guys. Wrestle in ECW back to the wrestling landscape. 90s and beyond. Yeah, it was something special. It really was. Well, I think we all humbly feel conviction that as a group, as a unit, that company revolutionized the industry. Rob Van Dam was a major part of that.
Oh, come on. What was that? What is this?
Introducing at the time, the Challenger. From Battle Creek, Michigan. Weighing 232
What?
That boy Jack Perry, man.
That dude started stomping a mud hole in the dude.
Hey, he ain't healed. He's got to. RVD looks in great shape. That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
I gotta see him do
he
some moves, but
very good shape.
Hey, who's behind?
You said what, Edward?
The disrespect towards Rob Van Dam is crazy.
Oh, he ain't got too much left to prove. So I guess this is necessary. I just hope Jack Perry benefits from this, man, and he will, but long term wise, I really think he can get it done and be pushed to the top. It's just the promo work. A lot of people, you know, they take a dump on that, but he just needs to have the right association like he did with the Jungle Express or the Jurassic Express.
I was gonna say the disrespect towards Rob Van Dam is crazy.
Yeah.
so that's my thing. But Jack is aware that of his need to get better in promos. He just simply says he just doesn't like it. He just wants to just fucking go in the ring, wrestle, and do what he does. But that comes with territory. You can't be that guy without being good at being promos. No matter
Oh yeah,
how
the
good you
dude.
are.
Oh no, for sure. The dude is very humble, and he admittedly said he used to throw up before a lot of his promos or matches because he was just that nervous about speaking. Hey, I mean, you talking. This is coming from somebody who grew up with glossophobia. Okay, like bro, I hate it talking in front of people, and I still kind of do now. But
Okay.
some experiences in my life kind of changed that for me, and that's all Jack Perry needs, man. He just needs some clarity because that's all it is. I had somebody tell me just picture like everybody. I'm not trying to get too graphic here, but everybody in their underwear. I used to do that, and it would work sometimes, but really it was just maturing, and that's all. That's all he needs, just keep maturing and keep growing within this business, and all that stuff's just gonna come naturally. He did good on his last two promos. I mean, he's been doing all right. So that's that.
So for the longest time, I had no idea. I kept on looking at Jack Perry, saying this guy looks familiar. I had no idea he was the son of Buddy from Dawson's Creek. That shit threw me
Yep,
the fuck.
yep. That's him, man. It's crazy.
That's what.
That boy
That's why
done
I thought
grown up.
he got like the Hollywood look or whatever. Borrow his dad's jacket or something. Give him that.
Facts. Facts, man.
What I would do, embrace it, man. Like I'm better than you. I came up. Like he has the opportunity to be the most annoying talk shit heel in that company.
I agree. And he's
He's
already sounding like one. He's getting close, man. Uh, All he needs is that equity build up, and bro's gonna be on fire. Just watch.
You bring up a good point that in these type of matches, Rob Van Dam's been there many, many times.
Yeah.
As y'all heard me earlier. Oh, y'all heard me earlier, man. I still call him Jungle Boy. It's like, bro, I was a man. I really rode for Jungle Boy. Like I thought that was going to be his moment to beat Kenny Omega. I was invested in that. Dude. I was like, this guy is something. And then to have, Luchasaurus, who I was even bigger fan of him.
So when I start my wrestling,
What was that, Laker? I mean, what was that, Edward? Oh, shout out to my blood brother, my co-host, the man, the myth, the legend. He's in the house. He's listening, doing a drive-by during work. Of course, we always support the main man here at the Longest Reigning Podcast. You can catch the both of us this Friday as we do our SmackDown pre-show. It's been going on for 2 months now, but that is the man with the plan currently at work. And we will always acknowledge the two creators of the Two Heads One Table podcast. But that's what
yeah, I
this
was
is
gonna
all
say when I
about,
start
guys.
my
We all
wrestling
here
career,
just
I was
doing what we got
gonna.
to do. What's that, Edward? What were you saying, Edward?
It's just $12.99.
Something about your wrestling career. Yeah, we got some business to talk to you about that wrestling career, Edward. When we get a chance, just hit us in the DM and remind us. I can't do it right now, but if you're serious about it, we got some people in the Bloodline group chat who know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy, and we know some people that can get you started, bro. So,
Oh, this guy's a Jungle Boy.
he was.
Yeah, he's the
He was
artist
a
from.
Jungle Boy.
He switched about a month ago.
Oh, I was asking.
Probably even less than that, I think. Yeah, Oos is always ready for the Samoan spike. So even if he's not on the table, if somebody goes out of pocket here, just prepared to get spiked if you do so. So, just giving y'all a heads up. But y'all know the drill because y'all part of the day-to-day activities. This match is pretty good so far, man. Of course, you got RVD just going crazy with these chairs, man. That flip
Yeah,
was.
I was gonna say I didn't know this. Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know that this guy wrestling Rob Van Dam. Yeah, so
Oh, I think Jungle Boy rolled. Not Jungle Boy, but Jack Perry rolled over a little too early, but it's okay.
yeah. So okay about that. I was gonna say I don't think I'll be good at my.
You say you want to be good at your promos?
Yeah, I don't think I would be good at promos, but I think I'd be a pretty good wrestler.
Yeah. You never know. Sometimes practice makes perfect.
You just gotta be believable. You just gotta believe whatever it is that you're speaking about. That's the difference. A lot of people they saying stuff, but it's not like they truly believe what they're saying. That's what it is. You gotta sell us what you believe.
Jesus. Oh man. That was crazy. What a bump. Nah, that's facts, Lakers. Like there are a lot of I remember we used to have a local show called Rampage Pro Wrestling, which we will talk about on our podcast in a forthcoming episode. I've seen guys come up to Rampage Pro Wrestling and they just look like straight up janitors. But dude, they could speak on the mic. They could talk trash to the crowd. My blood brother and co-host remembers because he was there with me. Like you had some dudes that shouldn't even be wrestlers go up there and sound like wrestlers, if not more than wrestlers. So that's just a big part of it, is just being confident in yourself. So, did you catch that table spot, Lakers?
Nah, my thing's messing up. Hold on, I'm gonna see right now. Right now it's Jungle Boy and oh shit, yeah, there he
You
goes.
seen that we flipped on? I was like, yeah, leave, man. It's crazy.
He just, oh man, Jungle Boy in them tables, man.
No. Are
Him,
you serious?
He was- oh man.
Man, Rob
Uh,
Van Dam was better.
dang man.
Is my stream lagging?
What do you mean? Is it delayed? I might be ahead of you. I'm definitely ahead of Lakers, but I might be ahead of you. We might have closer times, but I'm at the part where Junk Boy's sitting
Yeah, I
on the
was gonna
ramp.
ask if my stream is delayed.
Yeah, I wish I could go about. I can't rewind on my iPad, so.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're talking about your connection? Yeah,
No,
you were
I'm
going
not talking about the TV. I'm talking about the.
your connection. Yeah, you were going in and out earlier. You sounded better there.
I'm talking about the. It's like the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you might be delayed too. I'm not sure,
Thing I was talking
but
about, I had to disconnect. Yeah, we were talking about promos.
no, yeah. Yeah, it's just about having confidence. I concur with what Lakers was saying. I've seen some guys in real time, look like straight janitors, but they were confident in what they were saying and they sounded like wrestlers instead of janitors. So it's all about confidence, Edward. In practice, lots of practice, and because that stuff ain't really happen overnight.
Okay.
mm,
Okay, Lena
Because
says wedding
people
on
got
Raw or
people like
Collision.
Cena. It's like,
Official.
how?
Oh, hold on. Can you repeat that again, Edward?
I think I said. Hold on. Oh yeah, I think I said something about John Cena. Like look at John Cena or somebody like The Rock. I don't know how they're able to do that.
I mean, that's just years and years of dedication and knowing their craft. I mean, that just comes with time. Like John Cena, for the longest time, you got to remember, John Cena almost got fired if it wasn't for Stephanie fucking discovering that he could freestyle and he took it and ran with it. But he had the confidence in his character to get there.
Yeah, a lot of people think John Cena's like this perfect superhero, and he may be to certain people, but he had to climb the ladder, guys. Like there was no. I mean, we're talking about since the prototype, like those days in OVW. He
Okay.
was in the pool of great talent, and he had to stand out from the rest
Mm-hmm.
of them. So
Yeah, he
he was
busted
able
his
to do
ass.
that.
Apparently, there's footage going around of me saying that everybody in the Midwest. I think we can all agree here that that footage is fully evident.
You've got MJF out here and Adam Cole.
Write me down right where I stand. What I'm saying is not the truth. When I say that my favorite place.
I didn't get a chance to read Lena's question. Wedding on Raw or Collision officiated by Black or
You look at MJF for this.
is Julia Hart maid of honor or wedding planner? Who interrupts first? Aaliyah. That's funny. Shout out to Lena. Wow, what am I watching, yo?
So Max, listen, I know we're going to be wrestling for your AEW World Championship and All In, which I'm going to beat you for, by the way. Whoa, 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 whoa. I get it now. I get it. We're going to be in the main event of All In. You want a little promo battle, huh? No, that's not what I'm... And what has snorted you?
That was crazy. Like,
my brain can't work, so I can't talk cold. Hey, come on, seriously. You knew.
This man MJF, man.
Hear me out. That's my bad. Guys, Ohio, that's my bad. I'm sorry. Hear me out. I totally misread the situation. Max, we are going to make history in Wembley Stadium for that AEW World Championship. But as far as I'm concerned, let's go all in on making history, because I'm pretty sure all of you love us as a tag team, right?
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure all of you would love if we had some tag team championship gold around our waist.
No fucking way.
So listen, as difficult as it was to not successfully win those AEW World Tag Team titles, I've had my eyes on another set of tag team championships.
The trios?
And these tag team championships, they mean just as much to me as the AEW World Tag Team titles. I'm talking about Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship.
Oh.
Because truth be told, I owe my entire career to Ring of Honor. I would not be standing in this ring if it wasn't for ROH. And the pro wrestling that you love, that is thanks to a company like Ring of Honor. I am a former, only 3-time ROH World Champion, a former Ring of Honor World Television Champion, a former Survival of the Fittest winner, but the one championship I never won was the ROH World Tag Team titles. And when you history, the people who have held that championship, teams like Mark and Jay.
man, I had a feeling they were going the ROH route.
That's interesting.
They set the bar.
I thought they were going to try and bring Roger Strong in.
I think it's about time Better Than You, Baby shows how damn good we are.
Sovereign Iron. I'm done.
The pay-per-view goes live all in Wembley Stadium, but before that, in Wembley Stadium, AEW has a something called 0 Hour. In fact, I'm going to wait the chase. Not only do I we should challenge the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. But damn it, we should become your new ROH.
Oh shit! So they gonna have 2 matches that day. That's sheesh.
That's a great story, but just run that by me one more time. You want me to wrestle not once?
This is crazy.
In one night.
I'll be right back, y'all. About 5 minutes. I'm gonna eat something real quick.
All right.
Listen. Okay, hear me. Normally, if people try to convince me to wrestle once a year, I threaten to stab my face with a soldering iron. However, you are my brochacho for life. And also, lucky for you, Daddy's a sucker for a cheap pop. Adam Cole, become your new King Ring of Honor World. By the powers vested in me, that's not just eight. However, Wembley, we are challenging you to a match for the ROH World Championship. I want you to go home. I want you to run up the stairs. Titles. And do you want to know why? Because we're better than you, baby!
This nigga right is
I
short.
can't believe you. I can't believe you really want to win the ROH Tag Team titles with him, but not with an ROH legend and your actual real best friend, me! Yeah, the odd man out in all this. Okay, hold on. Listen up, Robbie the Sith. I'm getting real sick and tired of your weirdo, jealous ex-girlfriend vibes. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to do whatever all you weird, generic white people normally do in this situation. I want you to get in your car. I want you to jump into your bed. I want you to into your Hello Kitty pillow. I want you to put your headphones on. I want you to listen to some Taylor Swift. And I want you. Get off! Adam. You're seriously just gonna stand there and let him talk to me like that? You know what? Never mind. The kingdom was right about you. You never were really my friend.
This nigga Rod. Oh.
MJF. MJF.
How long is this man Roger gonna have a neck brace on, man? It's been like 2 months.
Lena Dow asks, do you think Cole and Strong warming together behind MJF back? I get the feeling it's playing out to attack MJF. Yeah, I mean, with Roger Strong looking all beat up, got the neck brace on, they're trying to make him as vulnerable as possible. So, again, I think I might have to side with Lakers on this. I don't want to see it because I just I like MJF being on the heelish side, but I think Adam Cole's going to do the turn. I think that's where they're going. So, good question, Lena.
Man, it's looking more and more like Adam Cole might steal that belt at Wembley.
I hope that you understand how much you meant. Yeah.
Oh shit! Him and Samoa Joe for the belt.
All right, fellas. So, unfortunately, I am running behind on some housekeeping. Got to get up early for work tomorrow, but Saturday we're going to be able to ride this out all the way. I know we got some Blackpool Combat Club action coming up here, but ain't going to be able to wrap this one up here real quick. Shout out to Lakers, shout out to Edward, Atlanta, and all those who tuned in here at the Longest Reigning Podcast. Again, we will be back this Saturday, but first, y'all better make sure y'all catch our X Spaces on Friday, and we're going to definitely make sure that you do one thing and one thing only: acknowledge the Longest Reigning Podcast. Peace out, guys. I'll let y'all later.
Be easy, man.